and welcome to Cosmic Scout Classics. Today we will be playing something a bit different by playing the Incredible Machine. Based is like a game based really off the Goldberg machine, right? So basically we take parts and do really complicated things for simple tasks. So we'll get started, right, and I'll show you what I mean. So for example, we're taking a mouse that's hooked up to a wee cog there, right? And we'll do the same again there, the same again there, right? So you'll see what I mean in a minute, right? So this is a conveyor belt, so we'll take this, hook it up to there, take another one and hook up to there, right? So the whole idea is for us just to get this basketball through this hoop. But as you can see, we've hooked up all these bowling balls to all these conveyor belts that hit the mouse, and if we hit this button, it will start. Dum dum dum. Ball in the hole. Simple. Done. Completed. Right? So this game is actually a really a game I just love, because at the time it was just so fascinating. Because you would just create all these complicated tasks for the sake of doing something ridiculously simple, ridiculously stupid, but it just sort of worked, right? So for this one, our goal is to put both bowling balls into the metal baskets to solve this puzzle. You must place and flip the mouse cage, and then hook them up, and then hook up the pulley belt to a conveyor belt. Right, as you can see, we've got different levels of gravity as well. So this affects how bowling balls and how stuff falls. Sound, restart level, quit, freeform machine, which is basically you just build whatever you want. And then we've got the air pressure, what also affects how fast stuff moves, where it goes. So for this one, we have a mouse, but it's facing that way. So we hook that up. We'll do that. So this basketball is going to fall, hit the mouse, and push the bowling ball. Okay? Alright, well, I knew that was going to happen, but just because the mouse was facing the wrong way, so it was pushing the bowling ball off. So we rotate the mouse cage. Yeah, that, and then we'll push it back in. Yay! So, we're done. Right, okay. So what I missed out, this was a game for PC in 1993, one of the first kind of games I was playing at the time. Anyway, that's besides the point. This game is just, it makes you think, and you just really, oh, I love it. It's just so funny. Right, so this one, we have to get our goal is to make the bowling ball fall off the bottom of the screen. So we have, if we play it, because this is basically your start menu. There was no start, there was no options, it was all as soon as you go in the game. So we've got these wee seesaws, and the idea is these balls will float over and push each other over. So we want to rotate that one. So yeah, there. And get another, we have to rotate again because it's going in the opposite direction. And one more, we'll rotate that and put that down, and as you can see, our bonus time is going down. Look at this. Just to get this bowling ball over the side, we set up this mental contraption, and there we go, and it's over the side, and we passed. But as you can see, because there's no saves, you couldn't save your game in these kind of games this time. You know that. You probably know that from the early Sonics and the early Marios and all that. You couldn't do that. So we get passwords here. It would mean we could skip straight to whatever puzzle we got to. We're only at puzzle 4. I have no idea how many puzzles there is, because technically this really could go on for ages, right? So the whole idea is we get this baseball into this wee pipe bit. So again, we have to set up numerous seesaws just to get the balls over the edge. Set up some boxing gloves so that when the ball rolls down, it hits the boxing glove. The boxing glove then pushes the bowling ball, in this case here the bowling ball, this case here the bowling ball, this here the baseball, into this pipe. And then so if we hit, this should work. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go, baseball's in the hole. It's awesome. It's such a simple game. I just love it so much. I remember this one. The whole point is to get this basketball to hit the mouse and make the mouse run. We only have trampolines, so this one is a bit of trial and error. So you move the trampolines, see where the first one hits, second one hits, third one hits. So we messed up the third one, right? So we know this one has to go further to the right. Oops, I just completely lost track of further to the right. So this one's a lot of trial and error. First one, I was surprised we got the first one and the second one sorted properly, to be honest. And then the third one, is it going to hit? Yep, it hits. And we passed that one as well. So that one was quite easy. That's a lot more trial and error. Luckily for me, I was quite good. Right. So we want to do this to this because I already know this is going to, bowling ball is going to hit the mouse. This is Jack in the Box. That's going to push this ball up. It's going to hit that, land on this mouse, make that spin, which is going to pop this Jack in the Box. So I want to put another mouse about here so that cannonball hits this mouse, and then hook that up to that. Because these cords can only go so long. So if you look, it breaks if I put it too far, because it already knows I've made the connection. I can have it right there, and then that way it's definitely going to hit. And the whole idea is to basically kill the goldfish, unfortunately, but we'll see how it goes. It should be fine. We should have this one sorted. Yep, mouse, and there we go. We have broken the fish bowl. I feel kind of bad that we've broken the fish bowl, but you know, at the same time, that's kind of what we had to do. All you need to do is pop the balloon. You must flip the windmill to select which direction it turns. Okay, so the windmill, we'll see what happens there. But that links up to that, so the blower thing, that I don't know what it is, that's going to hit, that's going to blow onto the windmill and make this thing go. But I think I have to flip this windmill so it goes in, if it spins that way, it's going to make the cog go clockwise as well. So if that spins clockwise, it's going to make this spin clockwise. But we don't want it to spin clockwise, do we? We want it to spin anti-clockwise. And we'll make this here, so it blows on that one. And because this gear here is going to burst this balloon. So, right, okay, so we did get that round the wrong way. So we want that one to be rotated, and that one to be rotated. And that should work. There we go. So our counterclockwise didn't work. Right, so our goal is to lower all 3 buckets. We must cut both ropes with scissors. So we'll need to put a trampoline here so that ball falls with the gravity and bounces up and cuts that. This one's simple. Scissors there, cannonball there, and it'll cut that rope, and we just need that one to bounce up and cut that one. There we go, done, simple. That one was really easy. And now we must shoot all 3 guns. So this one is starting to get a bit more complicated. So you can see how the machines are getting a bit complicated. So this is going to, the bowling ball is going to roll down here, punch the bucket, use the glove, punch the bucket off the edge, pull the trigger, because the pulley mechanism is on the trigger, so the trigger will come back when the weight of this comes down. So we have another bucket that we'll put here. We'll have this gun here. We'll select this rope to the trigger, to the pulley, to the bucket. So the weight of the bucket will pull down on the pulley, it will pull the trigger. This rope, however, we're going to have to do something different. We're going to have to tie it to the seesaw, to the pulley, to the trigger. Now this bucket should push down on the seesaw, pulling this up, hence pulling the trigger. And it's done. So we've done that one. So this is 10. This game gets so fascinating. Like, just because of how unorthodox it gets. So this light, turning this light on, which does require power for some reason, is going to shine our solar panel, which is then going to power this thing, which is then going to make our cannonball roll into here. And if we've got a torch here, that's going to turn on this solar panel. This solar panel is then going to turn on the fan, which is going to then rotate this bucket, and this bucket falling down is then going to turn on the light, which is going to power up this solar panel, and then this solar panel is going to activate this turning machine thing, which is then going to turn our cogs. So in a roundabout way, we mess that up, because this needs to be facing the other direction so that our cannonball goes the right way. So that was a bit of a mistake, right? And then lights up, and then there we go, yay! We did it! We're getting good at this. We're really getting good at it. I highly recommend you go and try and get a version of this game. It is free now because it's abandonware. So you should be able to get a decent copy of it for free. And see how far you can get in this game. The earlier stages are really simple, but as you've seen there, they do get more complicated. And it does make you think. I was playing this game when I was about 8, when it first came out. So, and it seems so much simpler now. But, so right, for this one, we're going to have the baseball here, turn the torch on, and the torch is going to get magnified through the magnifying glass and light the cannon. So we'll do that a few times, and the whole point of this one is to fire the last cannon. So there we go, and there we go. Done. Sorted. Easy. And this bucket is going to turn on this light, which is then going to light this dynamite. We'll have to just make sure it's far enough forward so that it blows the basketball this way. And then the basketball is going to go through that wee tiny gap into this torch, into this magnifying glass, and light our cannon. Let's see how that goes. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, there we go. We get some nice bonus points there as well. Our score's sitting not bad at the moment. So, but this is right. So we've got a light to play with and a torch. So if we put this here, the magnifying glass here, that's going to light the rocket. If we then have the seesaw up here, this rocket's then going to push up, pull this seesaw. If we put our light here, the magnifying glass here, or try to, need to move this over a wee bit. It's very precise. That should light our candle. However, we now need to put a pulley here and a pulley here, and then that way we can link this light up to this side of the seesaw, which is going to get pushed up with the rocket, which is then going to pull our little light switch and should light our candle, providing we have done this properly. There we go. Simple done, simple done. So this is puzzle 17. We're going to do some blasting. Our goal is to push both plungers down and set off the dynamite. Make sure you explode all dynamite that is on the playfield. So we will dynamite, dynamite, dynamite. So this ball's going to go down here, load up the wood, that's going to fall down. So we need this here, rotate it, because the bowling ball is going to come down here, it's going to pull that up. And if we put a pulley mechanism here, tie this rope up, then that way this bowling ball should hit this down, pull the trigger of the gun, and the gun should blow us all up, and then that bowling ball should blow up this dynamite because it hit the wee plunger. And like a cartoon, it should blow up. Unless it's Wildy Coyote, and then it won't blow up, because we know how bad he is. So it's close, and we're done! So that's another one down, right? So with that, now we'll advance to 18. We are sending Mort the Mouse home. So get Mort the Mouse back in his house. That's not what it says, but what I said sounds better. Get them more safely to the mouse hole at the bottom right part of the screen. A broken fishbowl will attract Pokey the cat. I don't know why you would name your cat Pokey, but okay. But so we'll get Mort the Mouse back in his house. They totally missed that there. Right, so first of all we need to break that fishbowl so that the cat wants to go and eat the fish basically. And then we'll stick the mouse on the conveyor belt just to get him moving, and then we'll stick another cat here to chase him the other way, and let's see how this goes. I feel like we're going to launch that mouse just right off. Boom. Oh, cat. Oh, no, mouse. Got to change. More. Yeah, the mouse is in the house. So we have to make both monkeys ride their bicycles. So like even a monkey could ride a bicycle. So this is one's monkey business, and it's number 19. So I believe if the monkey sees the banana, it will ride the bike. So if we put the light there, tie that rope to that, he's going to cycle, make that come off, that light's going to go up, and then we will light that rocket, get pulley there, get pulley there, tie the rope off, and make the monkeys ride the bikes. Rocket goes up, monkeys riding the bikes. Right, okay, and that was easy enough. We'll try the next one. Okay, now we've got a bit of difficulty by the looks of it. Bridging the gap. The basketball must cross all the gaps to solve this. To solve this puzzle, you must connect two of the TT tortoises with a rope. Passing through the pulleys, you must also stretch an incline smaller to fill in one of the gaps. Okay, right, my English is terrible right now, but I think it just means we get that, make that a wee bit smaller, stick that in there. And then we have this here, rotate it, so the ball will roll down, roll up. So the ball come down here and it will go over to that side of the rope, and that side of the rope pull that one down. So we should be able to do this fine. Yep, roll, 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 and done. Okay, so I made out it was a lot more complicated than it actually was. But anyway, we'll leave it at level 20. As you can see, there's I don't know how long this goes for, but it's good and it's fun, and I definitely recommend. It's a good way to kill time. And they did make a second one of it that I didn't venture into because I moved to console gaming after this with my Sega Master System stuff. But I highly recommend checking this game out. There's probably versions of this you can get on mobile, but for me this is the classic, this is the nostalgia, this is the one I used to sit and come home after school and sit and play and just enjoy. Anyway, that's been another Cosmic Cult Classics. That was Tim, or The Incredible Machine from 1993. And yeah, nostalgia, retro, all of that stuff is so good. Love it.